Hey guys, welcome to our Monday night team call. Uh-oh. Okay, there it goes. Nope, no uh-oh. Don't pay no attention to that. We are totally fine. Okay, so first I just want to say really quickly before we get started, I popped into the team pages just to kind of see, make sure everybody was tagging their people and getting the word out and all of the things. And I seen your guys' amazing comments about Cody is awesome. Get on this call. You don't want to miss this. One, no pressure, right? And two, you guys are awesome. And this is exactly what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Surrounding yourself with people that build you up, just like you guys did for me. So I want you guys to do me a favor, because myself and all leaders, anybody who will make a video or lead a team call or whatever, guys, we just pray before we get on here that we say something that helps somebody. So please do me a favor, and at the end of this call, or when I post the recording rather, please drop a comment and let me know if there was something that I said that resonated with you, that helped, because that's what this is all about, okay? That's what this is all about. So let us know and tag a friend, all right? We want to know who's on, who's watching the replay, who was there, what you loved, all the things. Okay. Thank you, Suzanne. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. Okay, guys. So I want to start this meeting off by just telling you guys that my journey was not easy. It was not simple. It wasn't perfect, just like yours. And I'm saying that because I want you to know that I'm coming to you guys as somebody who's been doing this too. Our journeys are all very different, but our paths are all very similar. We're all heading down the same road, right? So it looks different, but it's not easy. It's not easy for everybody. I want you to not forget that what you see on social media is everyone's best, okay? Comparison is not only the thief of joy, it is incredibly stupid because you're comparing your story to someone else's highlight reel. And you know what that does for your belief in yourself? Nothing good, okay? There's a saying that I love, a quote, I don't know who says it, but it's be kind to everyone, for everyone is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. And that is so true, guys. You don't know what is behind the video screen. You don't know what's behind the pictures. You don't know what's behind somebody's back office right now, okay? So stop looking at other people. You need to focus on yourself. Build your belief in yourself. Now, I've learned a lot of lessons throughout my journey, as has every other leader who will come on here that shares a video or gets on this team call. But that's what happens when you work really hard and you succeed on purpose, right? You fail, you learn, you grow. You fail, you learn, you grow. You fail, you learn, you grow. And then when you win, you get to do this and share share what you learned with other people in hopes to help them do what you did, right? So one thing that I did not lack, and I hope this doesn't come across as arrogant or some kind of way, but one thing that I did not have trouble with was belief in myself, because I chose it. I chose it from the beginning. It didn't come easy, but I chose it every second of every day. When people chose not to believe in me or with me, I chose it. Believing in yourself, guys, is a choice, and it's key. It's key. There's three things that you really have to believe in if you're going to make it in this business. You have to believe in your company, you've got to believe in your products, and you've got to believe in yourself, okay? We're going to talk about believing in yourself today. And I think in order for what I'm going to share with you guys to have the greatest impact, you need to know a little bit about where I came from, okay? Because again, I'm coming to you as somebody who's been through the fire and who's made it on the other side, because I hope that in my story that you'll find some inspiration and encouragement, okay? So if you follow me on Facebook, you probably know parts of my story. I like to share my story on Facebook, bits and pieces. So I try to add little things here and there to keep y'all's attention. So hopefully I can do that. But I was For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cody Helmer. I am a jewel in the state of Indiana. I'm married to a police officer and I'm a mom of 6. But this part of my story, we're going to go way back, okay? When I was born in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, my parents left Indiana because my dad was escaping prosecution. He was looking at spending 13 years in prison. So my parents uprooted in the middle of the night and they headed to Phoenix, Arizona. My dad took on a different name, and shortly after they arrived in Arizona, your girl was born. Okay. Now, I lived in this house that is now 20 minutes from our corporate headquarters, which is pretty crazy, right? But we stayed there until the statute of limitations ran out. So I was about between 7 and 8 when we came back to Indiana. Now, my parents were always drug addicts. They were always alcoholics. My dad was always abusive. But when we came back to Indiana, things changed for the worse. My dad was a raging alcoholic and he was so physically abusive. And I hope to put this in perspective for you guys, it was not uncommon for my dad to lock my mom in a closet for days with no toilet, no food, no water. And we lived in this state of constant fear, so much fear that even when he wasn't home, we were afraid to help him. We were afraid to open the door. The abuse went on and on and on, day in and day out. It continued to get worse and worse as I got older. And as I got older, I started to walk the same path that they did because I thought that that's just what we do. See, my parents were this way. They were drug addicts, they were alcoholics, they were physically abusive and all of the things, but so were their parents and their parents' parents on both sides. So I come from a long line of this kind of behavior and abuse and different things. Now, we spent some time in battered women's shelters and different things, but we always came back. And the abuse was always there, and the fear was always there, 24 hours a day. So by the time I hit 14, guys, I was on this same path, right? I believed then, what I believed in was that this was my life. This was just what we do. So at 14 years old, I was already smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I had already been blackout drunk. My idea of a party was a Xanny bar and a 5th of Jack Daniels. Okay, 14 years old. At 18 years old, I had my first son and I got married. At 20, I had my daughter, and the guy that I was married was very much like my dad, only he lacked the only good quality that my dad had, and that was work ethic. But something happened, guys. I decided that I didn't want to be that way anymore. I decided that this life wasn't good enough for me and it wasn't good enough for my kids. And I didn't have the what, I didn't have the how. All I had was the why and a burning desire to win. Sound familiar, right? Similar to this business. Sometimes we don't have the what or we don't have the how. All we have is a why and desire to do it, right? I don't share my past so that people feel sorry for me. I share my scars so that people can heal, so that people can know that they can heal. Guys, the biggest difference between successful and unsuccessful people is not intelligence, it's not opportunity, it's not even resources. It's an unwavering belief that no matter what, you're going to make it, okay? And I did win. I broke the cycle of abuse in my family and I won in my life. That's a huge victory for me. I built a successful business here. I won, and I will continue to win, and I'll continue to grow. And I don't share that to brag. Again, I share that so that others know that it's possible, guys. I believe that anybody can do this. I believe that every single one of you, if you decide and you believe that you can, I believe that you will win. I believe that you will make it to the top of this company. If you are unhappy with your life at any point, you owe it to yourself to change direction. And you can change direction at any time. At any time. You can decide right this very second. It's 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that you are going to change the direction of your life, and you are going to go for it, and you're going to do it. Now we're going to go over some practical tips. Now I took some of these tips, just these main points here, from Success Magazine. Online, I don't know. So these aren't just me just pulling stuff out of my hat, okay? These are real tips. You know I'm going to put my thoughts and my flavor on each one because that's what I do. But these are going to help you to build belief in yourself, okay? Besides reading books, which you know us leaders here in Pink Power Team, we're constantly giving you books to read, right? But if I had to share some books with you that I thought could change everything, Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Carolyn Leaf, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter, and Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. But if I had to choose one out of those three, Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Carolyn Leaf all day long, okay? Totally changed my life. And the reason why, just a second. We're all friends here, so I can do that. The reason why is because I found it so empowering that you have choices, that we all have choices. We can change what we do, we can change how we act, we can change what we think. And to me, that was liberating to know that we have a choice in everything, right? So check out that book if you haven't already. Okay, so let's get down to some practical tips that's going to help you build belief in yourself, okay? Number one, you have got to examine your environment, okay? If you are surrounding yourself with people who do not build you up, who make you feel important, who make you feel special and heard, who aren't celebrating when you win, you don't have a circle, my friend. You have a cage, and these people are going to keep you small. You have to love yourself enough to be picky and choosy with the people that you allow in your life, because not everybody who wants to be in your life should be, okay? Love yourself enough to be choosy. There are certain people that you need to love from afar, okay? Because if these people that you're surrounding yourself aren't building you up, I mean, you're fighting a losing battle, okay? Number two, examine your thought life. Guys, your thought life is everything. Your thought life feeds your mindset. And you know we talk about mindset all the time, right? Because it's really incredibly important. And a really great example of mindset shifts, just a good business example that we're all experiencing right now, is I know many amazing corporately recognized recruiters in this team. I personally have been a top recruiter for a top recruiting jewel for multiple years in a row. A lot of them will say that before all of this information with the 199 packs came out, they hadn't sold a 199 pack for years. But then here comes corporate, and they're saying, it's a better deal. Of course, has it always been a better deal? Yeah, but it's a better deal. People who will get the 199 packs, they are having better results faster. They're more excited about the products. They're continuing on longer. All of these things, right? We had a mindset shift. Did anything change? No. All of those things have always been true, but we just chose to believe it. We chose to run with it, right? And now myself and many other top recruiters, I love to recruit, guys. That's like my favorite thing ever. But they'll say now, I can't sell a 99 pack to save my life, right? Because there was a mindset shift. So your mindset is so incredibly important. But I want to talk a little bit about what you're putting in, okay? If you want to kind of measure somebody's leadership abilities, or you want to measure their emotional maturity, or whatever it is, take a gander at that person during a stressful situation, okay? Now, there's going to be stressful situations in your business and in your life because that's just life, right? You're not ever going to be able to hide from it. Whether you're doing bad or you're doing good, things are going to happen to you, okay? So if this is your mind, okay, this pink drink here. If this is your mind, if you're putting in to your mind things that are negative, drama, gossip, ugliness, anger, sadness, if you're putting those things in, what's going to come out when your world gets shook up, when something bad happens, when something gets stressful? What do you think is going to come out if that's what's in here? It ain't pink drink that's going to come out, guys. It's ugliness, it's anger, it's attitude, it's an episode of Jerry Springer, right? Nobody likes that. A good example of this is I used to watch the news, okay? I was like an avid news watcher. I watched the 6 o'clock news in the morning because I had to know what the weather was and all the things, and then I would watch the 10 o'clock news in the afternoon. What I found was, as I was learning about all of these things and positivity and personal growth and all the things, what I realized through just awareness and education was that after I watched the news, my attitude changed. Why do you think that is? Because everything on the news is depressing. It's depressing, it's anger invoking, it's sad things that are happening in the world, all of those things, right? So you know what I did? I decided that I wasn't going to watch the news anymore. And I haven't. I haven't watched the news in like 3 years. And my husband sometimes will say, not so much anymore because he's, it's just kind of a thing, a known thing. But he would say like, oh my gosh, did you see on the news what happened? No, I did not, because I'm over here living my best life. And if it is not helping me get to the next level or helping me help somebody else get to the next level, then it's just not, I'm not interested, right? You got to protect your thought life. So the same goes for if you're filling your mind with positivity, love, acceptance, hope, good things, faith, Jesus, whatever it is. What's going to come out when things get hard and when things get rough? Empathy, compassion, love, patience, calm. Okay? Your thought life is so incredibly important, and you have to proactively work on it, and then you've got to protect it with everything you've got. Okay? So, next thing. Microbiome activating slim. I forgot it this morning. Okay, so next thing. Number 3, take small steps. Okay, guys, you got to move. Okay, you know this. You've got to move, because when you do, this builds your confidence, and that builds your belief, right? It builds your belief in yourself. Here's the thing, though. You have to realize that not every step is going to be a winner. In fact, many of them aren't, okay? And I promise you that the day that you accept this, that it is inevitable, because you cannot have success without failure. You cannot. And you will never be so good that you can beat that equation, okay? You are going to mess up. You are going to choose the wrong thing. You are going to say the wrong thing to the right person sometimes, okay? They might still join you because they're the right person, but you're going to mess up because you are not Jesus, honey. There was only one perfect person in this world, and his name ain't you. And that's okay. Nobody expects you to be perfect. But the moment that you accept that, it is so freeing. Let me tell you, it is so freeing, because all of a sudden, you're not so worried about it, right? You're not so worried about messing up, because you know that it's part of the process, guys. Everybody who's at the top of this company is not standing on a mountain of successes, guys. They are standing on a mountain of failures. It's inevitable. It's part of the process. So you got to accept that, but you got to take those small steps, okay? If going diamond in this company is just too big of a goal for you, make it the destination. but there's going to be steps along the way. Okay, make a monthly goal, make a weekly goal, make a daily goal. Listen, the only person that I am in competition with is the person that I was yesterday. Okay, so maybe you just compete with yourself. Make your numbers today better than your numbers were yesterday. Okay, you just got to take those steps. You got to move in this business, right? Okay, number 4, find victory daily. Daily, guys. Daily. Okay. So many of you are cheating yourself out of wins. Okay. Stop waiting until you hit diamond to have a party for yourself. You need to be having mini celebrations day in and day out. What did you do today that you could celebrate? Because every time that you celebrate something good that you do, guess what? Your belief in yourself goes up. Your confidence goes up. And when your confidence goes up, people want to do this with you. People want to follow you, right? But you have to find victories daily and do not cheat yourself out of those celebrations. So what did you do today that you could celebrate? Did you do an action tag sheet? Did you do a 3, 2, 1? Did you message somebody? Did you see somebody complaining that they don't feel good and you just kicked them a message? Even if you had sweaty pits and your heart was beating out of your neck or whatever it was, I'm not saying were you not fearful. I'm saying, did you do it? Because if you did it, you can celebrate that, because you know what? For every person that is out there doing it, there is someone out there who was too scared to do it. So you got to celebrate those wins, and you're going to build your belief in yourself when you do it, okay? Number 5, you got to go for it. Now listen to this, guys. A lot of you think that you're going for it. You're not really going for it because you got one toe out of the circle of all in. There is a invisible circle, and you're either standing in it with both feet or you ain't, okay? You have to decide to go for it. Consistent effort over time is how you win, okay? Here's an equation I want you to think about. Personal development, it's important, plus activity will get you to the top of this company, okay? It's inevitable. You have everything here to win, not just in Plexus. In Pink Power Team, with all of these incredible women, these leaders who are pouring into you all of the time, the files section, I mean, you have everything that you need to be successful. Personal development plus activity is going to get you to the top. Here's the part of the equation that a lot of people miss. I share this with my team often. The intensity of your effort will determine your timeline. Okay, think about that. The intensity of your effort is going to determine your timeline. If you are doing the things and you're growing yourself and you're doing the IPA, doing the right things, or doing your IPA sheet, okay, you're going to make it. You get to decide, though, what your timeline is. Here's what I see. I see people who are doing the work, the daily, the minimum amount of work, the 3, 2, 1, 5 days a week or whenever you can fit it in or whatever. If you want this to take 10 years and you're cool with that, then I'm cool with it. This is a no pressure company, and you better believe that when 10 years from now, when you hit the top of this company, I'm going to be cheering you on. I am your biggest fan. But if you want this to happen in 1 to 2 years or something, you gotta decide that, and then your effort has to match that goal, okay? Because if it don't, and you're thinking that this is gonna happen, but really this is gonna happen. Guess what's gonna happen to your belief? It's gonna go down the pooper, okay? You got to decide what you want to do. Do you want to do this in a year or 2? Do you want to do this in 10? And then your activity has to match your effort, but you've got to go for it, okay? Decide what you want and go for it. Here's what many people think. They think they have to wait until they have the power to do the thing. But what they don't realize is the power only comes by actually doing it, okay? So you got to stop getting ready to get ready. You are going to have to do things scared. Now remember, you've already accepted the fact that you're not going to be perfect at it 100% of the time, okay? Now you just have to get out there and do it. Do it afraid. That's what everybody that you see out here winning does. There is not one single person out here winning that hit a promotion last month or whatever that has not done something scared, because that's what it takes, okay? That's how you get the power. That's how your belief goes up. You gotta go for it, okay? Number 6 is work in your strengths. Now, here's the sad part about this. If I asked many of you what you sucked at, you would tell me, okay? And the list would probably be pretty long. That's just what we do, right? That's just what so many of us focused on for so long. But if I were to ask you what your strengths are, you either wouldn't be able to tell me, many of you, no, you wouldn't be able to tell me, or it would take you a while, like you'd have to think about it, right? Listen, if a fish is judging himself by his ability to climb a tree, he's going to go his entire life thinking he is a total loser. What do you think that's going to do for his belief? Not a thing, right? You got to figure out what you're good at and work in your strengths. Now, there are certain skills that you have to master, not really master, but that you have to know and learn and be growing in order to succeed, right? There's really 4 basic things that you have to do. You got to know how to recruit. You got to know how to retain. You got to know how to duplicate, and you got to be a leader, okay? You got to grow your leadership with. But if you can work in your strength zone, guys, you are going to feel like a winner. And guess what? People follow winners. People follow confidence. Okay, if you want to get people to do this with you, work in your strength zone. Build your belief in yourself. Be a confident leader. I want you to invest in this book, okay? And I say the word invest because anytime that you're putting money into something, money or time, into something that's making you better, you are investing in you. And that is, in my opinion, the very best investment you could ever make, okay? I want you to go find this book. It's called Strengths Finder 2.0. It is not the cheapest book that I ever bought in my life, but it is so worth it. There's a test in there, and you take this test. It's a really comprehensive test. You take it, it's going to give you your top 5 strengths. And then in the book, it's going to like break down the strengths and like, you know, talk about them and how you can apply those to your life and all these different things. It's a really, really great tool to have, okay? Number 7 is to be enthusiastic. So Winston Churchill has a quote, and it goes like this: success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. And the way that you do that, guys, is again by accepting that failure is inevitable. You cannot and will not have success without failure, okay? So you have to find your joy in this. This is a very joyful, fulfilling, amazing business, okay? But if you're like moping around like Eeyore and you don't have any joy, like what are you doing? You need to examine revisit why you're here and why you're doing this, okay? It's a journey, okay? It's going to take time and effort and learning and growing and stretching your comfort zone and all of these things. That doesn't mean that just because you're going to be uncomfortable that you have to hate it. Like, get excited about being uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, that means you're growing. And if you're growing, that means you're getting better. And that means you're going to win, right? That's something to get excited about. So be enthusiastic, okay? People want to follow people who are excited. The world steps aside for people who knows where they are going. So be somebody who knows where they're going. Get there with a smile on your face, okay? Guys, success is a choice, okay? Just like quitting is a choice. Only for you, quitting is no longer an option, because when you click leave meeting tonight, you're leaving that here. Your safety net is gone. It's got to go, okay? If you got a toe in the outside of the line, I want you to put your toe in and be all in and go for this, because you can do it. I didn't make it because there was anything special about me. I got there on grit, grace, grind, and belief in myself. Belief that I could do it, okay? Here are my final thoughts tonight. And then I'm going to share with you the best music video ever made. Okay, my final thoughts tonight, guys. And I hope that you hear my heart in this. Okay, again, I am coming at you as a friend, as somebody who is walking this path with you. Our journeys are very different, and that's okay. We are all different people, and that's okay too. But we're all walking the same path. We all have the same or similar goals, right? We want to win. We want to do well, and we want to help as many people along the way as we possibly can. But I'm saying to you this with love. And if you follow me on Facebook, I'm going to do a shameless plug. This is your 5 foot tall big sister coming at you with a message, okay? Hear my heart in this. Your identity is not found in your past. It's not found in your childhood. It's not found in your trauma or what's happened to you. It's not found in your illness or disease. It's found in Christ Jesus. You are here on purpose for a purpose, and that purpose is not determined or changed by the number on the scale in your bathroom, by the amount of money in your bank account, or what is going on currently in your back office, and it would be a damn shame if you believe that it was. When you choose to believe the lies, you're not only blocking your blessings, you're blocking the blessings of every single person that you could have helped had you just believed in yourself a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to share with you guys this video. Okay, here we go. I hope this works. I'm going to share with you guys this video now, okay? And while you watch it, I want you to think about who's watching you, okay? Like a small boat on the ocean, setting big waves in motion, like how a simple word can make a heart open. I might only have one life, but I can make it explode. And all those things I didn't say, all heavy thoughts inside my brain, I'm screaming out today. Can you hear my voice? This time, this is my fight song. Take back my life. All right, guys, what you're doing is important.
Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video for you today and talk a little bit about subscription orders. Now,
we don't want to
team
talk about
is
subscription orders.
excellent
Hold on.
in bringing people in with
I don't know. Maybe y'all want to hear that. I know. Okay, listen. What you guys are doing is important. Okay, it's bigger. It's way bigger than this. It's way bigger than what you're doing behind your computer screens. You guys seen the ripple effect that what believing in yourself can do? Look at what Fallon has built. Okay, think about the things that I have said or some other person on here has said that has changed your life, that empowered you to be better. How that made you a better mom and a better wife and a better sister and a better friend. Okay, you're going to do that for other people, whether you believe it or not. If you are sharing, if you are opening your mouth, and if you are believing in yourself, you are going to inspire other people. And that's what this is about. Okay, you don't get to quit this. You don't get to quit. Okay, all right, guys, I believe in you. I love y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for listening. Bye.